You're such an asshole!
Hello, children. Yo, Captain here, Asshole Consulting. So if you got questions, ask America's older brother, the Dark Knight of Advice Columns, the world's only professional asshole at assholeconsulting.com. Dear Asshole, I'm a longtime reader of your blog and a satisfied customer of your services. My questions in the past have been small potatoes compared to what I'm about to ask you. Now I'm at the point in my life where I'm ready to make a down payment on a condo or townhouse. It's been a long journey filled with doubts about my success, but I'm extremely proud to be reaching this point in my life. The crib is with my mother. This is just a foreign concept to me. It's just foreign, like, I have my mom, she's not me. I never dawned on me to let my parents have any say in what but apparently, this is the thing. To give you a background, my mom is an extremely overbearing woman who micromanages everything in our family. I happen to be an only child, so it's me and my father. She is also an immigrant from the Czech Republic, so she's extremely headstrong and blunt in that Hausfrau type of manner. When I was living with him, I had no ability to be independent due to her extremely controlling manner. As a result, I always defaulted to her in planning out my life. Well, this went wonderfully well. Another thing is I was severely bullied from elementary school to college. I was literally an outcast for most of my teenage years and early 20s due to my shy, awkward, nerdy demeanor. So I ended up exaggerating or micromanaging tendencies towards me. This is basically like you didn't have a father. That's basically, I know he was there, but this is one of those classic cases where, yes, there is a father, but he is not manly or fatherly. And it was your mom, and now you have the exact same problems of being brought up by a single mom. Along with me using her as an emotional crutch due to the unavailabilities of others. We never saw a therapist since my parents are conservatives who feel all therapists were kooks. Well, that's kind of true. Who would make me more messed up than I was. Since then, I have vastly cleaned up my act. Good, I took the plunge and went to see a therapist who diagnosed me with Asperger's. I know, of course, your opinion of Asperger's. You predicted me, kid. But this is not a pity play here, merely to describe where I'm coming from. I know, but I mean, how much of Asperger's and autism and any other disease that starts with an A, how much is that because your dad wasn't fucking there beating your ass? That's what I want to know. I want to do a study, one of these days when I get the time, I want to take a look at all the instances of Alzheimer's and, not Alzheimer's, autisms and Asperger's, and then just find out, is the dad there? Is the dad there? Because I bet you if we find out there's a dad there, and not just physically, but he's actually like, fucking Fred McMurray or Ward Cleaver and doing fatherly-like things, I bet you there's a very low incident rate of the A diseases. And so by now, if your mom screwed you up this much, you came from that background, maybe you do have this actual disease. But, it's kind of the chicken or egg thing. Thanks to my therapist, I managed to resolve my issues and become more socially successful and independent. Well, good. That sounds like a good therapist, so hats off to that therapist. So I also began reading up on the Red Pill, which also contributed to the development of my well-being. I now live independently on my own apartment, have a great circle of friends, hit the gym every day. Look at that. Look at that. Good to hear. Graduated with a degree in computer engineering and have an awesome job as a data scientist. That is a comeback. That is a good comeback story. Oh, awesome. Though I vastly improved myself, my mom is still controlling and insists that she find my townhouse for me. Not only this, but she is very illogical in going about this. For example, she wants me to live somewhere in a county in New Jersey where his parents live because she claims the area is best for me. No. Two things wrong. It's New Jersey, and you don't own property in New Jersey. You pay a shit ton of fucking rent to that state. So I would not buy in New Jersey. Would you buy in communist Cuba or Venezuela or Zimbabwe? Then don't buy in New Jersey. Heck, even at least Zimbabwe want the white people back now. They're all like, hey, come on back because we need you to fucking make our economy go. New Jersey still hates white people even though they themselves are white. And then the other thing is your mom doesn't know shit about you. No, tough shit for your mom. She actually wants me to be there so I can be near her. I'm sure, along with her wanting to be in a natural setting, since this county has lots of forests and gardens. She's an extremely neat freak and doesn't want me to live in filth. Oh, too bad. As you can see, I don't live exactly perfectly cleansely either. When I broached the idea that I would like to live near another town in New Jersey, she loudly objected and said no son of mine will ever live there. When I asked her why, she said, because the town is dirty because it's more dense and has mostly Indians. This despite the fact that Edison is one of the highest standard schools in New Jersey and has resale. Are they talking East Indians Like the fucking dudes who make a shit ton of money are doctors and engineers, those guys? Because I don't know if there's a Native American Indian reservation in New Jersey. I don't think there is. Usually it's out west. She must be meaning the East Indians. Well, then she hasn't hung out with a lot of East Indians, has she? So you can see my issues I have. I'm working with a friend who lives in the Edison area to help me look at houses in the area. My question is, what do I need to look for when searching for a condo? Oh, I'm glad you gave me that whole fucking story to ask me this basic question. Also, how should I handle my mom when I tell her I found a place in the Edison area? I know she will react badly, so I need to help navigate the minefield there. So I ask you a couple questions. All right, do you currently live with your mother? How can you work remotely? Are you sure about wanting to buy in New Jersey? Have you traveled elsewhere in the country? Jersey fucking sucks for property owners. Okay, another 80-page email he sent. In response to your questions, currently not now, but I will be moving back in 1 month. My roommate lost his job at a researcher and followed a job in Baltimore. So you are going to be back to moving with your mom. I figured it'd be less of a headache to move in temporarily with my parents to look for a condo or townhome rather than sign a new 1-year lease at another apartment. If my mom becomes too unbearable, I can always move out. I have more than an adequate income to get my own apartment and save for my townhouse there. Can you work? My work allows me only to telecommute on Fridays. Additionally, my work requires me to travel. My boss and his subordinate. I don't want to give away the details. I'm not going to mention where you work. Okay, I'm about 80% sure of owning. I think it's a milestone for my life to start owning and putting in an investment. My friends and parents are all telling me that renting is just losing. Yeah, okay, your friends and parents. How good are they? Are they me? Have you read Bachelor Pad Economics? Are they me? No, they're not me. Well, my friends and parents, yeah, they love you. Doesn't mean they know shit. Doesn't mean they know jack shit. Let alone what's in your best interests. I'm glad you contact me. You're right to contact me. This is where we're gonna, at Asshole Consulting, will save another life here today. I should get like a robe. Commit miracles. Hey, and praying. Hey, your life ain't fucked up. Look at that. Get the fuck out of here. With a town or condo, you actually own the property and have it appreciate over the long term. You don't know if it's going to appreciate. You should read my book, Behind the Housing Crash. See how well that worked out. Plus, I feel that makes me look more attractive to the opposite. Oh, fuck, you're going to piss away money just to attract pussy. Go lease some pussy for 2 hours, okay? Shit. You young, dumb kids, always putting pussy number one. I thought we had made great, you've been in the red pill, right? The red pill community, you don't pedestalize the pussy. I thought these were basic 101 lessons. Listen to Tom Likas if you haven't. Start there. I can provide security and show I'm a responsible adult. Oh yeah, because women always rewarded men sexually with guys who can provide them security and that you're a responsible adult. Right, okay, you have not dated. I don't mind starting small and buying better condos over time. Here's an example of the starter condo unit I was considering. The condos here start at $55,000. Is that it? You didn't miss it. Hang on. $55,000 or $550,000? What's the price? Where is the price? Give me the price. The price, you fucking assholes. That's renting. That's renting. That's renting. That's renting. This is what you're looking to rent, I think. Yeah, it's apartments.com. You don't want to buy. I can easily make the down payment for right now. Also, regarding property taxes, I'm well aware of how high they are. I constantly hear my father bitching about them and his house in New Jersey. Yet he's telling you to get a house in New Jersey? He owns a house valued at $500,000. Forgot what the property taxes are on currently. So I'm leaning towards condos as a condos fee account for property taxes. I should put 3 quick additions about myself. Both my parents are immigrants. Immigrated in 1968 after the aftermath in Prague Spring. I grew up in what I see respectively as a red pill household. Well, then how'd you come out this way? Both of them were very anti-communist and very blunt and direct with me growing up. They always teased me, never treated me as a special snowflake. They were also practical with me during college. I had briefly considered studying history because I did bad in math in high school. Depression for bullying in high school. My father shot down saying there was no career in it. I recommended I start computer engineering. You got an IQ of 145. You read Curse of the High IQ. I was crazy about the New York Yankees. Found nothing of that. My degree is in computer engineering. I graduate with a master's. Oh, you have a master's. Somehow I did better there than in high school where I was depressed. Yeah, college you can turn it up. I had a shitty GPA. All right, here's the deal, dude. No, you're not gonna buy a house. Here's the reason why is you keep on buying in New Jersey. You don't own your property in New Jersey. You don't own your property anywhere because you pay property taxes. North Dakota was kicking around getting rid of property taxes so you'd actually own your fucking house, which is a brilliant thing that should be passed on. Like, you cannot have your house taken away ever. That's true private property ownership. Now, no place has that. You have to pay property tax in some places, but especially in your left coast towns, both the east and west coast, and places like Minneapolis or Chicago, they jack up property prices so quick and so fast because the locals are leftist morons and dipshits that you really do not own an asset. You own a liability. And the reason it's a liability is you don't know what your property taxes are going to go up to. Or your utilities. I just had a guy in New York. His property taxes doubled in 10 years. I think his utilities tripled. They go, I don't know if we get rid of it. What if they double again? So you want to go to, terribly sorry, here, and this is for everybody, don't care what the color of skin, you want to go where Asian and white Republicans, not white, because if you go to just where the white people are in your college campus, you're in worse place, property tax-wise anyway. You want to go where those boring, Swipple, June and Ward Cleaver, nuclear family, and maybe not even too new. Ideally, you go to retirement communities because they don't have no kids. They don't want to pay fucking money for property, so that's good. So you don't want to go too much where nothing's too good for our children. You don't want to go that. Try to avoid that. But you want to go where it's just a bunch of rich old people without kids, and there's very low property taxes. That's where you want to go. New Jersey is not that place. New Jersey is fuck all with property taxes. So no, don't buy property in New Jersey. You just don't do it. I know your career is there. I know maybe you can afford one. But what I recommend you do next is go read Reconnaissance Man. That's the next book you're going to read. And you're going to expand your mind. And because here's the thing. You're going to go back and live at home. You haven't explored the world. You haven't explored the country. You don't know what's out there. And it's very good. You're very fortunate. You have this career, established company. And that's fine. Sounds like the career is going great, but you don't know if you're going to be there in the long run. And actually, I would advocate you not be there in the long run. I would find out if your employer could send you out to another place. Denver, Dallas, Phoenix, Vegas, all the places I really have. Florida's nice too, all right? But I would not get property in New Jersey. Do not get property in New Jersey. Now this then, and I wouldn't get property until, frankly, you can pay cash for it. I don't see a reason. Because by the time you're ready to buy a property, you should have enough money to pay cash or something. Now, in the meantime, you got to do two things. One, you got to go find a place or a town that you want to live in. That's Reconnaissance Man. Read that. Please read it. It's going to save you hundreds of thousands of dollars in a decade of your life. All right? So that's one thing. You got to find out what's out there before you make your largest purchase of land, or your largest purchase in your life. Make sure it's the land that you really like and enjoy. Not, the job's there and mom's there. It's all right. Hang on, let me spread my ass cheeks there, Chris Christie, so you can fuck me up the ass more for property taxes. All right, so that's you got to go and explore. The second thing you got to figure out is, do you want to live at home with your mom and dad? There's a piece of me that says, yeah, you should, because you can save a lot of money. You could really start saving up a lot of money for a down payment. But I think, frankly, what's going to be best in your long-term mental interest is you get a cheap, dirt cheap, but quiet and safe apartment near your office. Like something that allows you to walk to work. If you could do that, like you don't have to have a car, have a car, but if you don't have to commute or something like that, now I know it might be really expensive where you want to go, but just get an apartment so you live on your fucking own. And find a place that works for you. And you are not allowing your mother to determine anything. Nothing. She's not to make any commentary. Well, she will, but you're not going to incorporate that at all. You're going to look at commute. You're going to look at safety. You're going to look at affordability. This property, this rental property, this apartment or studio apartment, whatever, needs to work for you. And so if you find something cheap, you still save up some money. You're living out on your own. You realize what it's like to live on your own. You grow as a man, and then you save up your money. And then you, down the road, maybe you buy property in Moab, Utah, or some other place after reconnaissance, maybe you do your reconnaissance. But you are not letting, you are going to become a man now, and you're going to tell your mom, this is where I'm renting. Because if you go back and live at home, guess what? Then your mom, not only is she going to yell at you and order you around and control your life, she has every right to, because you're not paying rent. And that's, or you're not paying them rent. So I would say pay your own rent, be your own man, and this is going to result in a much needed break between you and your mother. Now you're never going to talk to her again, but like you answer to no one. You answer to yourself. And you say, Mom, no, I'm not doing that. No, Mom, I'm not doing that. And then, dude, you are not buying a house to impress women. No. And you need to read up more on the Red Pill, Return of Kings, Royce, Roosh, Rollo. Read those 3 right there and learn more about prioritizing women in your life. You obviously have a war prioritization where you're like, well, I'll buy a house and that will show women I'm stable and reliable. Whoa, no, you do not understand women, and you are about to make a very bad financial mistake buying a property to impress women. That doesn't work. I mean, it can. It certainly didn't hurt me when I was younger. Like, you own a place? I'm like, yeah. Like, some girls were like, wow, that's pretty cool. But I don't think it did anything to get me laid. It probably did. And maybe longer term, but it was other stupid shit like I made them look good on a dance floor and they got to be attention. I wore a suit and I was one of the best dancers. That's how I got women. Had nothing to do with, oh, what's your equity balance? Oh, you're a property owner? You're a homesteader? This is very interesting. That never got a girl wet, dude. All right, never. All right, that's it. Hope that helps out. We'll talk to you kids later. You guys got questions from your older brother, you come talk to Cappy over at ASLconsulting.com. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.